2,000 a Stanford lecture hall. The venture capitalist Peter Thiel is teaching a course on startups. A student, Blake Masters, takes meticulous notes, posts them online, and they go viral. 2 years later, they become the book 0 to 1. Thiel is no ordinary author. He co-founded PayPal, wrote Facebook its first outside check, co-founded the data company Palantir, and runs the venture firm Founders Fund. He is famous as a contrarian, a thinker who starts by asking what everyone else has wrong. Tonight, 0 to 1, and its central, strange, powerful idea that the most valuable thing you can do is create something genuinely new. I am joined by Silicon Valley founder and essayist Marcus Reed and British business strategy professor.
To understand the book, you have to understand Thiel's vantage point. He has lived the thing he writes about. In 1998, he co-founded PayPal and led what became known as the PayPal Mafia, the network of founders who went on to build YouTube, LinkedIn, Tesla, and more. In 2004, he wrote Facebook its first outside check, $500,000 for roughly 10% of the company. He co-founded Palantir. Through Founders Fund, he backed SpaceX and dozens of others. So 0 to 1 is not theory from the sidelines. It is one of the most successful technology investors alive, telling you, bluntly, what he believes separates the companies that change the world from the ones.
Here is the title and the whole idea. Thiel says there are two kinds of progress. Horizontal progress is going from 1 to n, copying things that already work. Take a typewriter, make 100 typewriters. That is globalization. Vertical progress is going from 0 to 1, doing something genuinely new that has never existed. One typewriter becomes a word processor. That is technology. The book argues that going from 0 to 1 is rare, hard, and by far the most valuable. Every great company did it once. It created something the world simply did not have. Anyone can copy a model that already works. The defining act of a world-changing company is that 0 to 1 leap, from nothing to a
Thiel opens the book with a question he asks every candidate he interviews. What important truth do very few people agree with you on? It is fiendishly hard. A good answer must be true, and it must be unpopular. He uses it to make a deeper point, that there are still secrets left in the world. A secret, in Thiel's sense, is an important truth that is hard but not impossible to discover, something most people do not yet believe. And this is rather important. He argues every great company is built on a secret hidden from the outside, a way the founders see the world that others have missed. Most people assume all the big things are already known. Thiel insists firmly that they are not.
Now, the most provocative claim in the book, competition is for losers. Thiel does not mean be lazy. He means economists treat perfect competition as the ideal, and he thinks that is exactly wrong. In a perfectly competitive market, prices get driven down until nobody makes real profit. Everyone fights over scraps. The businesses that create lasting value, he argues, are monopolies, not by cheating, but by building something so new and so good that for a while, no one else can do it. Here is what is radical. Thiel says capitalism and competition are opposites. Competition leaves no profit and no room to think long-term. A creative monopoly earns the freedom to plan, to be generous, and to actually build the future.
Thiel is quite precise about what a durable monopoly is built from. He names 4 traits. 1. Proprietary technology that is at least 10 times better than the next best thing. Small improvements simply do not count. 2. Network effects, where the product grows more useful as more people use it. 3. Economies of scale, where the business grows stronger as it grows larger. 4. Branding, the identity only you can own. And he adds a counterintuitive idea, the last mover advantage. It is not important to be first into a market. It is important to be the last to make a great development in it, and then to enjoy years of monopoly profits. First mover is merely a tactic. Lasting is the real goal.
2 more deep ideas. First, Thiel's map of attitudes toward the future. A definite optimist has a concrete plan and builds toward it. He says this was mid-century America, designing and constructing the future on purpose. An indefinite optimist expects the future to be better, but has no plan, and merely rearranges what exists. He worries this describes us now. He wants you to be definite, hold a vision, and execute it. Second, the power law. In venture investing, a tiny number of companies return more than all the others combined. The lesson radiates outward. The few things that truly matter enormously. Do not diversify across mediocre options. Concentrate on the one thing that can be exceptional.
Here is the line that captures the book's spirit. Because a great company creates something new, that new thing will, at first, look fresh and strange, even wrong. Genuinely new ideas are not obvious. If they were obvious, someone would already have done them. So a 0 to 1 idea often sounds odd in the very room where it is first spoken. Thiel pairs this with a sharper truth. Brilliant thinking is rare, but courage is in even shorter supply than genius. The hard part is rarely seeing the idea. It is daring to act on the strange one. And he leaves founders a checklist. 7 questions every startup must answer on engineering, timing, monopoly, people, distribution, durability, and the secret.
What a fascinating journey into 0 to 1. Here are 3 key takeaways. First, the core idea. Progress is either horizontal, 1 to n, copying what already works, or vertical, 0 to 1, creating something genuinely new. 0 to 1 is rare, hard, and the most valuable thing you can do. Second, how Thiel says you get there. Find a secret, a truth few people believe. Escape competition by building a creative monopoly. Proprietary tech 10 times better, network effects, scale, and brand. Be a definite optimist with a real plan and respect the power law. Third, the spirit. Something genuinely new always looks fresh and strange at first, and courage is rarer than genius. The future is not automatic. It is built on purpose by the few willing to go from 0 to 1. Thank you, Marcus Reed. Thank you, Dr. Eleanor Hayes.